Well, welcome back. It's still the R2 TV Breakfast Show, and we have one of Nigeria's illest rappers in the game. Now, he's been there for a very long time. Some of you might remember and be like, oh yeah, he has been there, time immemorial. Now, he won best video for Channel O in 2008 for Bounce, 2009 Best West African Actor Channel O Awards. So you're talking about someone that has been there, I mean, for a while, right? We're talking about none other than M-Trill. It's great to have you in the house. Great to have you.
Thank you very much.
Went to school together, by the way.
You
guys been there, right? From time, he has been there. But you know, the first, whenever people talk about it, the first thing they ask is, it's been a while, we don't. Yeah. I mean, this guy is, I mean, you need to hear him spit the bars, you know. This guy knows how to drop, you know, and all of that. But where have you been?
Yeah.
Let's start with that. Where have you been?
What have you been
First of all, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
I've been away based on contractual issues or contractual agreements. So the record label that I was signed with, we had unresolved issues, you know, so I had to be quiet and then wait for the deal to run its course. Wow. And then after that, that is why I'm back.
You know, this is quite similar to, I remember the case of Timi Dakolo, something a little bit quite similar. Let's talk about
there are
artists.
Quite a number of us.
Okay, so let's talk about it generally. Artists and contracts and deals and all that.
Recently,
what?
Skills,
wow.
And a number of us. For me, I didn't want the press behind it, you know, so I had to be quiet.
Be quiet about
it, you know. Earlier on, when people were speculating, I just, as much as possible, kept it out of the press. Because of the kind of relationship I have with my CEO, my former CEO. We have a very good relationship. However, I mean, business is business, you know, especially because it was my brand. And then there were certain things, because at the end of the day, it's the artist that gets all the flack.
True.
You know, so if a project doesn't go well, it is never the record label. It is most times, the artist is never good enough, you know. So, you know, at that point, I knew I had to take a decision, you know, regarding that. But however, we have a very great relationship, especially with him and his family. You know, I didn't want anything messy.
In hindsight, let me just ask this on that issue finally. In hindsight, is there anything artists can do that they can use to protect themselves, or is it like maybe they don't go through the contracts enough or something? Is there anything artists can do to protect themselves from situations like this?
Yes, obviously. I mean, if you have a good lawyer, you know, and he looks through your contract, but at the end of the day, most times artists sign as a sign of, during desperation. They're desperate to put out their music. They're desperate to, half the time they know what is, they know what is on the contract, you know, but they believe that, you know, going further, you know, they will manage it some way, and then it reaches a point where the artist becomes somewhat successful, and, you know, the record label should also learn to renegotiate at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you know, because when you signed him, he was an unknown. So at this point now, there's value now. So how do you now manage that? But, you know, most times the record labels are looking at, we signed you, we brought you from nothing, and you're now something, and now you're forming, you know. So it doesn't have to be like that, you know. You're just recognizing that, okay, yes, I put value in this person, and then the first person that should recognize that value is the record label, because you're the one that put it there. So if the record label doesn't understand that you're valuable at that point in time, how will the rest of the world understand that? So half the time, the artists, we know when we sign those deals. It is not, it's not an excuse.
Some just choose to ignore.
Yes, I like that. You know, some people always want to throw it back on record label, but I like that. I like
that. No, it's very true, very true.
Okay, so now that you're back, are you signed to any record label, or you're going solo?
I'm flying solo.
Cool. All right, so that's the big thing now. I've listened to that song. It's cool, it's danceable, and that is one thing not easy to get with a rap song. Song that you can flow it and it's danceable and all of that. Let's talk about your growing up, I mean, rap and all of that. What influenced your style of music?
Well, I fell into rap because of my immediate older brother. While we were in secondary school, he loved rap he doesn't love rap any longer. I'm surprised about that.
What happened?
He's more of a into rock now.
Okay.
However, I mean, he was older than me, so he was always punishing me and telling me, okay, go and write this rap song, and so I had to listen to a lot of rap songs and write out the lyrics for him.
Wow.
Okay.
And so that was how I got to understand construction, rhyme scaling, because I will play back, and then, okay, I'm listening, so I saw the beauty of rap, while doing all of that.
Constructive punishment. Wow. I think my kid go and play the keyboard. Go now.
Sure.
But that was how I fell into rap. And then in university, I mean, I dabbled with it a bit. And when I graduated, I made a decision. I wanted to know, like, what would I do that will make me happy? Would I get a 9-to-5? Would I get a regular job, or would I pursue my passion? And I made a choice, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go this route. And obviously, I have a degree, so that is out of the way. So I followed that route, and that is the same reason why I'm here, because it was is a conscious decision to follow that route. And so, apart from the music, what I've been doing in between the silent time is I started a business, which is media support. And so we do business development, because I went to business school a bit.
Exactly, that's one thing also. Yeah, let's get into that, how you support your musical career. So let's talk about that.
So I went to business school to learn about how to start a business and become a better entrepreneur. And because that is something that we lack in our industry, in the entertainment industry. So when you sign an artist, is he profitable? What kind of music is he? Who is his target audience? Are they an audience that can support his music? So because you can have a good artist and then his target audience is very small, and then the kind of revenue that can be generated from that, target audience, we might not be able to support the lifestyle that the artist is, And so there are a lot of questions. It's not just about signing a talent, and those are kind of things that I'm doing behind the scenes.
Okay.
And, so I'm consulting for a lot of media outfits and letting them understand, and then drawing up business plans and vetting different artists, and saying, okay, you know what, and then showing people, okay, this is where revenue can come from, this is how you can, this is the kind of artist that you are. You might have to tweak it a bit, say, for example, you're a singer and you have a good physique. There's no reason why you can't be a wedding singer, because that will mean that almost every weekend you have gigs.
Something
you have gigs.
Happen.
And then so that will now fashion the way that the artist is promoted.
Why is a good physique a criteria?
Because your target market is the females, and so it's eye candy.
Okay, now you're talking.
It's eye candy for them, and because women will like to visualize, and so you need to have something that your target audience wants. And so that will now fashion, the kind of videos that he shoots, the kind of songs that he sings,
kind of clothes
the kind of clothes that
it's true, because
so it's not just a random. It's not just a random. When you see successful artists, it's not just by accident. Wow. Even in Nigeria, even the very successful people, they're doing something right. They might not necessarily be conscious of what they're doing, but they're doing something right. And how somebody knows what they're doing is when they are able to multiply it over again. So being a successful artist, can I make someone else successful? Because then it becomes a formula, that works. And so a clear example might be a boy band. Like in the UK, you always see boy bands, and they fashion them for the target audience. So there's a guy that looks that older lady likes. There's the one that the younger lady likes. There's the one that very macho, like a man. Then there's the one that queer people like, and all of that. And so they put all of that together. And you might not understand it,
package,
but the audience won't understand it. But they're just, you're just attracting the right audience.
Okay, let's talk about your song. Let's talk about Abo. Wonderful video you have there. What inspired that particular tune? and the video. Talk
Okay,
about
now
how-
the song, first of all, I think the first song that I had, Bounce, my first single,
Yeah.
the first time I ever, when I decided that was the first song as M-Trill, and it did really, really well. I started with a phrase where my clap at, and usually when I was performing, it was very nice, you know, it was an icebreaker between me and the audience.
The audience, okay.
Yes, and then obviously coming from the south of Nigeria, there's a way that they worship, especially in Wari and all this. The clap, that abo, it's very melodious.
Okay.
It's very, very melodious. And I felt like, you know what, I needed to see how I can fit that into rap and then make it, you know, something that everybody can enjoy, you know.
Okay.
And that's the, you know, challenge. I've always liked music to challenge me, you know.
Okay.
That's why my music has always never been too contemporary. When I did Beautiful,
Yeah.
it was hip live,
Okay.
you know, in 08, 09. And at that time, there was mixed reaction.
Okay.
Some people liked it. I mean, the larger audience that I was looking at, they liked it. But the industry wasn't exactly sure
Yeah,
what it
true,
was.
yeah.
But now everybody's doing that. You can jump over a high life and a hip life beat, and it's become the norm now. But it was something that I saw, you know, and at that time I was ready to take that risk. So musically, I like to take certain risk, not too much of a risk, but
Yeah.
you know. So for Abo, that was where it came from. It came from wanting to take a risk and then adding, infusing a bit
Something
of our
different.
culture
Yeah.
into rap.
it.
Okay, now talking about our culture, yeah, I was with some friends some days back, and then they said something about rap music slowly fading out. Like rap music doesn't sell as much as it used to back in the day. How true is it? Do you think so?
No, I don't think so, actually.
Okay.
I mean, people always take perceptions. Me, I prefer to take facts, you know.
Sure.
And if you look in the past 10 years, let's even use, or 5 years, rappers have been some of the top artists, even in Nigeria. You know, so you can have the Olamides, the Finos, and they came off rapping. Even though they add a bit of singing now to reach a broader audience, but they started off rapping.
rappers.
And that was where their core audience, you know, came from. So it's not, I don't think that rap, and then when you look at the young kids that are coming up, you know, because I do a lot of, you know, CSR, you know, I go to school to talk to children, and most of them want to be rappers. And I find it, you know, so because rap gives you, it makes you express yourself in a way that
Singing ordinarily.
singing would
Yeah.
not. You know, especially if you're very emotional or feisty, you want to
Energetic.
You want to put the word out there.
Yes, you
yeah.
want to,
Exuberant.
you know, you want to throw out those rhymes. And rap gives you that, you know, whether you're male or you're female, you know, and then you don't even need to have a qualified voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a voice for rapping actually.
Is there?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
like Ja Rule and all that.
There are. I agree.
Like really.
Okay,
so-
all right. So what should your fans look out for? You have Abo video out there. How can
Yes.
they access Abo video, and what
It's
should they look
on,
out for?
it's on YouTube, it's on all my social media platforms. I'm on SoundCloud, so you can download that song and then other songs as well. You can peep whatever I'm doing. Definitely the album is dropping this year.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yes,
that's
definitely.
good.
I mean, I've been out for a minute, so,
You have to come back with a bang.
Exactly.
so the album is dropping. So material is not, I mean, doing the songs is not really,
Not the
it's
issue.
not being an issue. You know,
Okay.
so I'm willing to drop the album
All right.
this year and more videos, you know, but basically I'm back. I'm back.
All right, cool. How do we hit you up on social media?
Okay, you can hit me up on, I mean, there's one handle across platforms. So it's M-Trill Terrier. Terrier is my real name, so
Okay.
I fused that into it. So M-T-R-I-L-L-T-E-R-I-A. So it's M-Trill Terrier.
Great.
Yeah.
I learned something
learned,
today.
yeah.
I did business development as an entertainer. There's a lot you have to
There
take into
is a lot
consideration.
business aspect
Thank you very
to it.
much, M3. It
No
was
problem.
great having you on the show.
Same
Good
here.
to be in the breakfast show. Thank you for being a part of the show. M3 will take us out with Abo. We already have the video here. You'll see it later on. But then we'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow. M3 taking us out. So you got the stage here. Abo.
You guys will join me.
Some people don't need to.
Okay, let's